is where we camped last night, right along the edge of this pond. And I'm all packed up. And here's Tent City. Stand's about packed up. Little man's ready to go. He's shivering, so we gotta get going. Bye, pretty pond. No moose. Go figure. I gotta go. Hey. Alright, so here's how things ended last night, which was not so good for Tonya. And the morning hasn't started out so great either. I finally get to the road crossing. My feet have been hurting for a couple of miles, but had been doing a little bit better. My knees, especially my left one, I've injured on some falls a couple of times, and now my left one just, I don't know, I think it's going to plague me to the very end now. But I get to the road crossing, and there's no one there. There's no one standing around with packs. There's no one camping. There's just no one there. So I have to figure out which way to go on the road to the actual parking area. And my far out GPS suddenly decided it didn't want to work and tell me where I am on the trail to know which way to turn on the road to continue on the trail and get to the parking lot. So I used the map and tried to figure it out. Went the wrong way the first time, so I had to walk extra on the road, turn around, walk, found the parking lot, and there's no one there. No one's camped there. There's just no one. And I'm like, hello? And no one's answering me. So I'd leave the parking lot, walk down the road, so I was going potty, of course, walk down the road, which is still the trail, to where the trail turns off the road, thinking someone's going to be at the trailhead with my pack, telling me where Stan is or where everyone else is camping. Because there's a campsite, like a nice campsite, actually adjacent to the parking area with a privy and everything, which is where I'm heading right now. And no one's there. So I'm like, maybe they went up the trail a little bit, because I know somewhere there's a blue blaze to a lake where there's comments and far out that there's camping right on the lake. And then there's also camping like on the stream that leads into the lake. Anyway, making a short story long, no one's around. Apparently, they had left a note for me written in the sand, which I did not see. I have cell service, so I know Stan has cell service. I'm trying to call and text. He's not responding, which is strange because whenever we separate on trail, and especially like as soon as we get to a campsite, he usually turns his phone on to see if he has service. He's not responding. No one's around. No one's answering my calls of hello, hello. So finally, I go back toward the parking lot and I stand in the middle of the road and scream as loud as I can, "This is Monarch! Where is everybody? Where's my stuff?" Finally, I hear off in the distance someone yelling, "We're over here!" So I walk toward the voice, and it's another friend, thru-hiker, who is camping at the campsite adjacent to the parking lot, and she comes down to meet me, and she's like, "I'm not sure where everyone else is, but there's a note in the sand," and she shows me the note in the sand, which I did not see, that was pointing with an arrow saying, "Over here." So then I see that there's a trailhead with a very small sign over on the other side of the parking lot that must go down to the lake. So I walk down to the lake and get down to the lake and look over, and I can see tents on the beach like I just showed you, but I was like further down from it. And I'm like, how do I get to y'all? And they're like, you gotta take the trail, and I can't find where the trail splits to go that way, and I finally find it. So anyway, I did all this extra walking, like an extra half hour of walking on feet that were already hurting. It was dark because it was 8 o'clock by I finally got to the beach to my stuff. Had to set up in the dark, had to eat in the dark. It was just not a good night, and my feet were hurting, and I was grumpy and tired. Then I didn't sleep because I kept waking up to PF pain. So my feet were hurting all night. As soon as I get up and stand on them, they're screaming at me. They're actually doing a little bit better now walking on them. It's just not been a good night and good morning, and honestly, I just want this to be over. I know someday, probably soon, I'm gonna look back on all of this and be like, oh, I miss it. Right now, I don't at all. I just want it to be done. Done. All right, I'm gonna use the privy. Bye-bye. Okay, we are on trail. That baby going. I think he's looking for Uncle Stan. What is this? Oh, it's a little bridge crossing. Okay, so we're on trail, and we have officially 16.7 trail miles to do today, including that blue blaze. Come on, baby. Good boy. He doesn't like walking across metal. He has grown so much on this trail. There's things that he would not have done at the beginning of the trail that he's doing now. Such a good boy. Go on, get on there. Good boy. Good boy, buddy. Anyway, flip this. Okay, so 17 miles plus a little over today, including that blue blaze from the lake where we camped. We don't have anything super exciting on trail today. We're done with the 4Ks. Yesterday was our last 4K going over the Bigelows until Katahdin, which is over 5,000 feet. And we have 2 steeper climbs today, maybe one additional towards the end. No named mountains, don't really have a lot marked and far out as views. Some ponds and streams. That's pretty much it. So I might not be showing you much from the trail today, but maybe we'll get lucky and see some wildlife. Speaking of wildlife, one that I do not want to see, and I'm hoping to avoid, is in this section. We are heading to Pierce Pond tonight, and right around that area there is an evil bird. I'm not sure how you say it, a goshawk, goshawk, G-O-S hawk. It's a hawk that has a nest like right on the trail, and these are very aggressive birds anyway, and this particular bird does not like hikers. And there have been multiple reports of hikers getting attacked by this bird on this section of the trail. And when I mean attacked, like one nearly got his eye ripped out. Got attacked. Uses its talons, uses its beaks. People have reported all kinds of cuts and scratches. The one that nearly got his eye poked out was had a huge scratch in his eyelid. Some people said his eyelid got ripped out, but I don't think it actually did. Just a huge cut there. Face is bloody, arms bloody. Pictures have been posted. A lot of comments in Far Out about this crazy bird. There's even posted warnings about this bird if you're hiking through the area to be aware of it. You know, if you hear its call, use your trekking poles to like bat the bird off, like a bat, like you're in a batting cage and the bird is the ball. I actually have one friend going over another bridge right now. Go. Pretty. I actually have one friend who talked about swatting his trekking poles around in the air around his head and actually hitting this hawk a couple of times. And another friend said the hawk dive bombed his head, knocked his hat off. Oh, there's my snotty nose in the morning. Yummy. So I'm very nervous about this section with Zobi in particular. So as we get closer to those miles where people say that the nest is and the bird seems to protect along the trail, I'm probably going to put Zobi in his carrier, just to be safe. Most of the reports come from earlier summer, like early June, when there's probably babies in the nest, and that's why it goes so berserk. Hold on, I've got a downed tree in my way that I've got to squeeze through. Ugh, and around. There we go. Okay. And Zobi's like, what is holding you up, Mommy? I don't have that problem. Yeah, so that could be something interesting happening on trail today. Then tomorrow morning, we are hoping to be able to partake in the pancake breakfast that this guy who lives right off trail provides for thru hikers. He only takes, I've heard, anywhere from 10 to 12, which means I'm probably going to get left out because everybody is going to this shelter and campsite around Pierce Pond tonight. And that's where he takes his 12 or whatever from. And I'll be the last one there. And everyone else will go sign up, and it's first come, first serve. So I was planning to have this breakfast, but I'm probably too thick in the bubble with too many people around me and too slow of a hiker to be able to get it. Sucks, but is what it is. So yeah, I'm struggling physically and mentally this morning. Things that I should enjoy, things that I don't want to have to deal with. Pain, crazy birds, long hikes, 17 miles today with a full pack, fully resupplied. Oh well, Katahdin awaits. Can't wait to get there. Hello. Oops, sorry, even though that was me cracking the stick. He hears that behind him and he thinks it's someone else walking up behind us. It's just a kind of a pretty little section here. Not anything really all that different than what we've seen walking through other parts of Maine, but thought it was pretty as we are approaching a pond up here. You can kind of see it through the trees. All of the greenery, the moss and pine trees and all the birch. Very characteristic of what we've been hiking through in Maine. And yes, rocks and roots, but not as bad as yesterday. And there's a white blaze. Hello. And the pond is over there, and hopefully the trail will move me a little bit closer to it so I can get better views of it. Hi. Okay, so a little bit of an update from my frustrating morning. Feet are starting to feel better. I've taken a lot of Advil. Also, the trail's a little bit better than yesterday, so I'm not constantly walking on rocks with like every footfall like I was pretty much most of the day yesterday. That really helps. Ran into Stan. He had passed me and some friends of ours, Clutch and Salt. They hike with Sonar and Turtle Wizard and some other folks that we've been hiking with, Detour and Fireball. They're all kind of hiking together on and off. We've all been leapfrogging, hiking together on and off for a long time now. Anyway, they were all at a water source a little bit ago, and talked to Stan a little bit, and he said he's just going to go ahead and go on and try to get a cabin. The guy who does pancakes, Harrison, or the place is called Harrison's anyway, also has some cabins. I have no idea what the availability is. There's not a lot of information in Far Out, but he was going to try to figure it out and get a cabin. And if he does, they have 2 bunks in them, or 2 twin beds, a bunk in them. And I won't have to worry about if I get in late again, because I'm going slow, setting up in the dark and eating in the dark and everything like I was last night. But if you can't get a cabin, and assuming I make it all the way to Pierce Pond, which I'm pushing for, I'm gonna try to do even if I get in at dark. Clutch and Salt and Stan said that they were gonna make sure that they reserve a campsite or a spot on a tent platform, if that's what it is, for me, even if I get in late. Probably will miss the pancake breakfast. If Stan gets a cabin, I think the pancake breakfast is included. Otherwise, you have to be one of the first 10 to 12 thru hikers to get to the Pierce Pond camping and shelter area. I'm getting a little bit closer to the lake. You can see it behind me. And so may or may not have pancake breakfast in the morning. And yeah, that's the update. I'm stopping about stopping about every 3 miles. Almost fell on my butt again. Slick route. Stopping about every 3 miles to rest my feet. I just got up from a break. I'm about 6 miles in, which means I have 10.6 to go. Yeah, I am feeling better mentally too. It's just, I think the physical and mental fatigue are very closely tied together, and I'm feeling it today. Ooh, I think I can go down to the pond right here. I can. There's a little trail. Check this out. The ponds this morning were all fogged in, but it's clearing up. Yeah, look at that. Let's see if we get some other better views as I continue my way around it. Woo, woo, woo. Love these lakes and ponds in Maine. That makes me happy. What you doing, buddy? Sniffing? Do you smell a moose? Do you see a moose? Mommy wants to see a moose. Yeah. Looky here. Zoom in a bit. This is my lunch spot. I've been here for a minute. There were some other folks here when I got here. I'm going to take their spot now because they just left and sit on that log and enjoy this view while I eat my lunch. And I don't care that I'm taking longer than I probably should because I'm getting off my feet and the sun is out and the sun is warm. And little man, I washed his feet off in the lake. Little man and I are going to sit here and enjoy some lunch. Well, now this is a very nice and welcome change for Maine. Instead of my quadruple R, I've got a B, a boardwalk. Yeah, baby. I will take this. It's probably only going to last like 1/10 of a mile, but I will take it and be happy. Now, you know what would make me happier? If there was a moose right there. Come on, moose. Come hang out in the bog while I'm walking through here. Come on, moose. I know you like this stuff. You like all these reeds and this boggy, nasty water. You're hanging out in here somewhere just teasing me. Zoe's like, I like this too, Mommy. Way easier than those rocks and roots. I mean, I can do it. I scramble like a boss. And I show you and Uncle stand up all the time. But this is cool. We like this. And we're going to go straight up, it looks like, once we get off of this. At least it's not bouldering. Looky, looky, another lake. Come on, baby. Trail just turned onto it. Gonna walk around it for a little bit. And right up here, about another 1/10 of a mile, there's a beach where I'm taking my next break. And I'm excited about that. Hi. Been trying to stop about every 3-ish miles to give my feet a break. Take the pack off, take the shoes off, even if it's only for like 10 minutes. It's been helping. So it's nicely worked out that a couple of those 3-ish mile points are right on lakes. So right up here somewhere, flip this around again. Yeah, get to enjoy walking around the lake. And right up here somewhere, there's a beach access. Here we are at the beach, being overrun with hikers. There's sonar, some folks over on that side, a bunch of folks over here, and of course me, and Zoe. Zoe, hey baby.
Still standing.
All right, I just took what will probably be my last break of the day. I have 3.5 miles to go, and I am starting to enter the area where comments have been left about this crazy hawk that lives in this area. Not totally sure where its nest is. I just know it's somewhere between here and Pierce Pond. So, I have my trekking poles ready. and I'm listening for strange bird calls because apparently it has a very distinctive sound. That is a squirrel or a chipmunk chattering at me. And I've got some guy friends a little bit ahead of me and a guy friend who's at the water source back there just a little bit behind me. And they're like, we will take down a bird if that stupid thing tries to get Zobi. We're not gonna let that happen. I don't know if they care as much about me. Just kidding. But no one wants to see anything happen to Zobi. And I noticed I was gonna put him in his carrier. As you can see, he's not attached to the front of me. He is leash walking in front of me like normal because there have been no incident reports for 2 months. So I'm hoping that means this bird is just stupid, crazy, aggressive in the spring and early summer with babies in the nest. But I'm keeping my eyes and ears open as I about face planted over a rock. So putting this thing away so I can kill a bird if I need to. Hello. It was not the last stop of the day. 1.7 to go. Such a good boy. Here's my baby, my baby. 1.7 to go. Can't even make it 3.5 miles without my feet screaming at me to sit down. Oh my gosh, they hurt just sitting here. I have all my weight off of them. I'm propped up on a rock. They hurt just sitting here. I don't know how I'm going to make it to Katahdin, honestly. It's not like I only have to do this for another day or two. I have to do this for like 2 more weeks. It's just got to get better. So I'm not getting off trail. Stan got us a cabin. At Harrison's. So that's 1.7 away. And then I guess he was able to sign me up for the 7 a.m. breakfast and him up for the 8 a.m. breakfast, and he'll catch me on trail because I'm slow. I'm going to sit here for a few more minutes and try to get this last 1.7 knocked out without having to stop again. But at this point, I probably will. Okay, I dug in before. I did take a picture, but I dug in. Look at this. Look at this. So Harrison's, Tim, wherever he went, he's over in the kitchen. Look how cute this place is. Came up here for dinner last night with Stan. We sat here. And Tim plays, you can see over there is a piano. He serenaded us last night with It's a Wonderful World. These are my friends, Whoopi and Buckeye. Hey guys! They're like, we're eating. Exactly. But look at this. Look at how cute that mug is. All right. Oh, and this is Charlie. Charlie! Hi, baby! Hey. He's playing with Zobi, and they're getting table scraps, so they're very happy. Where's Zobi? There he is. Oh yeah, he's begging. All right, back to it. All right, had breakfast and leaving Harrison's. That was an awesome stay. I'm really, really thankful that we were able to snag a cabin. Come on, baby. He's looking for Uncle Stan. Uncle Stan's getting the second breakfast. We had the first breakfast. This is ridiculous. Look at this dog. He won't move. Come on. Come on. Come on. They do breakfast at 7 and at 8. At least during the height of thru-hiker season, he does 2 rounds of breakfast. And I had the 7 o'clock breakfast, and Stan had the 8 o'clock breakfast. And Zobi won't leave without him. Look how cute this place is. So there's a couple of cabins back here. $40 gets you a bed and a shower and breakfast. Pretty good deal. And toilets. Zobi, come on, buddy. Come on. This dog seriously will not move. Come on. And he walked these planks perfectly yesterday too. Zobi, come on. All right, now hold on a second. Let me get my dog. Okay, he's happier now. And Harrison's is on. All around us is this beautiful stream, and Pierce Pond, which we're walking back toward right now to get back on the ATM on a Blue Blaze. You can see the cabins up there on the hill. And from breakfast this morning through the window, we could see the waterfall that's down this way a little bit. It was just beautiful. And that was much, much needed after the last 2 days of foot pain and frustration and just not wanting to even be out here. So that was very refreshing. Had a good night last night. Went over to the cabin and talked with Tim, the owner. Harrison's here, and he has a cute little dog named Charlie, and Zoe and Charlie played and had breakfast and dinner and got a good night's sleep, and I'm feeling better. Feet still hurt, but already this morning feeling much better than they were yesterday morning when we started out. So, all right, my dog doesn't want to hike again. What is his problem? Come on, baby. He's looking for Stan is the problem. I really, really hope that we can hike again after this without Uncle Stan. All right, let's say hi to our friends. Milky Moo. Hey, guys. What y'all doing?
Just heading around, hoping to not wait long in line.
Gotcha. Okay, round 3. Let's try this again. We are on the AT now, and you can see through the trees the cascades. This whole section of river has cascades and waterfalls on it. I think we go right by one of them, and then there's a bunch of Blue Blazes to waterfalls. Hi. So you know what else is happening today? Today is a big day on the AT for a thru-hiker because it is the Kennebec River crossing. So the Kennebec River is a wide river that has a strong flow, and there's a dam nearby where they release water at various intervals throughout the day. So when they release the water from the dam, the river rises very rapidly, kind of like flash flooding. So it's very dangerous to ford the Kennebec River. So there's a company that takes you across in a canoe. So we get to go across the river in a canoe today. So we get a little boat trip for like 5 minutes. But because this is kind of towards the end of the trip, and you know, you're almost to Monson and almost the 100-mile wilderness, which ends at Baxter State Park and Katahdin. It's like, this is kind of one of those, here I go getting started and get choked up. Kind of one of those iconic moments again on the trail for a thru-hiker. Reaching the point where you're actually crossing the Kennebec. You see it in like every vlog, and people post pictures when they're at this point, kind of like getting into Harper's Ferry. Maybe not quite as emotional as that, but still, it's one of those moments that's like, I've made it, I'm here, I'm at the Kennebec River crossing. So they do it between 9 and 2, and there's probably going to be about 15 people lined up at 9 o'clock. For some reason, everyone's like racing to get there at 9. I'm like, okay, whatever. They do it from 9 to 2. But yeah, so I'm on trail first because I'm slower. Stan's having breakfast. He'll catch me probably before I even get to the Kennebec River. We have 3.5 miles. And yeah, from there, the day is planned. We're going to a pond, if my feet will hold up, about 16 miles away. 15.8 will be the day. So shorter than yesterday, and hopefully everything will go well. We do have a mountain to climb at the end of the day, and we go down from the mountain to the pond where we're planning to camp tonight. So we will see you up trail with the Kennebec River crossing today. Woohoo! Well, that was really pretty. There were several cascades all along the river for the last 0.8 of a mile I've been hiking. A couple of waterfalls there. There were Blue Blazes to other waterfalls. Normally I would have taken them, but I'm on a little bit of a time frame-ish today, simply because I've been hiking slower and I know Stan's gonna be trying to catch me at a certain point to cross the Kennebec together. So I decided to just keep going. But this is a really pretty area of Maine. Yesterday, even though my feet were hurting and I wasn't enjoying the actual hiking, it was really pretty. The trail smoothed out, there weren't crazy ups and downs, and lots of lakes and ponds and rivers. And then today we have more of that. We do have a peak at the end of the day to climb up and down. Not super strenuous, it doesn't sound like, but do have a climb today. But yeah, I would love to maybe someday come back and have my feet not hurting and my body not aching and enjoy this section and some of the side trails off of the AT. There was a whole pond loop back there like a day or two ago, and all these blue blazes to waterfalls around here. So yeah, stay at Harrison's again, get another yummy pancake breakfast and hang out with him. He was so cool. Like, that place is just full of history. He has these books of, like, going all the way back into 80s of letters from thru-hikers and their pictures, and all the way up to, you know, this past year. So it was very cool. Very, very cool. So doing better today. Hopefully this continues, and I will see y'all later. Another pretty little waterfall here. Day's been full of these cascades. So pretty. Gotta cross the stream here. Pretty, pretty. Don't know really what it is, but I just came around a bend to this spot. The sun is shining, and I just feel like there should be like a moose hanging out right there. But it's just peaceful and beautiful, and I wish I could kind of just sit here for a couple of days. But I wanted to record it and put it into my memories. Alright, I know you can't really tell, but there's a really pretty waterfall behind those trees that just can't get anywhere to get a good view of, and there's a huge swimming hole at the base of it, and then it goes into some more cascades and another waterfall. And right down below me is this steep drop off, but you could scoot your butt down it. There's a flat area by that swimming hole at the base of the waterfall. And someday, maybe sooner rather than later, I'm gonna come back and hike around this area. Ooh, there's a good angle of this one over here. Hold on. There you go. Kind of better angle. Hey guys! Did you see that waterfall right here? My gosh, someday I'm gonna come back here and camp right at the base of it. There's a flat spot down there and a swimming hole right at the base of it. It is so beautiful through here. Oh, sorry, buddy. So anyways, you heard me just telling my friends, someday I'm going to come back here. I really am. I want to hike more of this area because there's all these side trails everywhere that go more along the stream than the AT even has been, and it's been beautiful hiking along the AT through here. Waterfalls, more ponds and lakes, and like I just said, little remote secret areas you can climb down to and hang out in a watering hole and do a little camping. Very, very pretty area through here. Alright, I am less than a mile, I think I'm about a half mile now actually, to the Kennebec River crossing, and I bet Stan, being Speedy Gonzales that he is, will probably be there not too shortly after me, because not only have I been going slow, but I've been taking a lot of pictures. Alright, see y'all at the river crossing. Bye-bye. Y'all, this is insane. I'm actually here. This is the Kennebec River crossing. Check. Water may rise 2 to 4 feet without warning. Please use ferry. This is insane. Here's the lineup of people waiting for the ferry. I see him around the bend here. Here's the Kennebec River. I can't believe it. I'm actually here. I've seen this in so many people's videos. This is the Kennebec River. Oh, it's beautiful. There's everyone waiting over there. Oh, this is beautiful. There's the line. It's like everybody wants to cross the river or something. Here we go. Stan is a little over a mile out. I'm gonna wait for him. And we're gonna do this when he gets here. They actually are moving pretty quick across this river, getting people over. And over on this side, oh, there's none waiting now. There might be people with that dog. There were some sobos that just came over on the last boat coming this way. You see they go out there and catch the current, and then the current actually carries them pretty much straight over to that landing.
That's gotta be a compliment. You wear that dress better than I would.
Bye, Whoopi and Buckeye! Until we meet again! Which will be on the other side in a mile or two.
Till they come running past us.
I know, they're gonna go into Caratunk and still pass us today.
Yep.
Bye, guys!
Fun.
Toby, say hi, buddy! Oh my goodness, oh, we're moving. We're moving, Mommy. Yay! Say hello! Hi, guys! See you on the other side! See how well Stan does with this. When was this canoe trip?
Like
8th grade? When was your last canoe trip?
Boy, this is my first day.
Is your first day?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing a pretty good job for your first day.
Yeah, quick learner.
So seriously, how long have you been doing this?
6 years.
6 years. How many thru hikers in 6 years have you crossed the river?
Over 15,000.
That's a lot of thru hikers.
Can you video me as well?
I am videoing you.
If you can see it.
I don't think I can see it from this angle.
Yeah, do I stay on the left the whole time? Yeah, please. Well, you guys have those little hiker alligator arms.
Hiker alligator arms. It's like T-Rex arms.
Yeah.
Strong lower body and no upper body now. 2,000-mile legs and 2,000-mile arms. He's all perked up. Hey, baby. What you doing, buddy? See, this is cool, huh? See, where are we going? Where are we going? See, this is the best part about hiking. I get to sit on Mommy's lap and you guys do all the work. That was fast. We're almost to the other side.
I know.
Here they come. We made it across. Stan didn't tip us. Zobi didn't try to jump out. Not that I thought he would. What he really wants to do is lay here in the sun by the river and just chill all day. Sounds like a good idea to me, buddy.
Yeah, right? Wouldn't that be fun?
All right, we did it. Successful Kennebec River crossing. Woohoo! All right, and onward. And looky who we just found. It's Captain Maggie.
Whoa.
Hi, sweetie. Zobi, be nice to your friend. Yeah, she's a new friend. Say her daddy's the one who just rode us across. Say thank you, Captain Maggie.
Captain Maggie, Greg's dog.
And proof that I'm not crazy about this psycho bird. Here's a posting about them. So you want to talk about trail magic and trail angels? They exist. We've seen them all along the trail and it's not stopping now. And I'm like feeling so blessed, I'm all choked up. So the very same trail angel who magically appeared out of nowhere when we needed to have a ride sitting there in the rain right after the Mahoosics, we needed to get to the cabin and we had the mix up with the text that went to an employee that was no longer with them and blah, blah, blah. That same trail angel who was driving that car, who is following her husband along the trail, was here on the other side of the Kennebec River crossing, and she had heard that my feet were hurting so badly and asked if she could slack pack us today. Yes. So we're walking to her car right now. We're gonna give her all our gear. She's gonna meet us at the road crossing that was right where we were gonna camp tonight at a pond. And that's where she was planning to go with her husband, that he was ending the day in camping as well. So we're getting slack packed today, the last about 12 miles of today's hike. So thank you, Lord. Thank you, Annalise. Food Guru is her trail name. I'm just beyond blessed. And look how beautiful this trail that we're getting to hike today. We've had an absolutely gorgeous 3.5 miles already that we've hiked. We're going to end the night at a pond and a stream there. Don't quit on a bad day. Yesterday was a bad day. Today's a good day. All right, we've been climbing, haven't we, ladies? Oh. How's that go, Teeter Totter?
Climbing. I'm dead now.
Dead. Stan is somewhere below me. I left him at the shelter where we took a break. I figured he'd catch me, but this was a little bit steeper of a climb than I anticipated, so he'll probably be here in a minute. Little shows us all up and is barely breathing hard. Got some beautiful views up here. Hello. All right, so we have 2.2 miles to go to the Moxie Pond campsite and road crossing, which is where our friend is Food Guru Annalise is meeting us with our packs, and it's 6 o'clock. I had hoped that we would be there between 6 and 6:30. I think we took too many breaks, to be honest. I've actually been moving at a faster pace today than I have been the last couple of days. My feet are feeling better. Not perfect, but better. So I have been able to move faster, even though I'm still the slowest one out here. But I told Stan about 3/10 of a mile ago to just go on ahead without us, me and Zoe, and relieve Annalise, Food Guru, of the need to continue holding our gear since it's going to be starting to get late. Her husband is probably already there or about there, and I think they sleep in their car. They have a mattress in their SUV, so I don't want them to feel like they have to stay up and wait for us. So I told him go ahead. So he'll probably get there in less than an hour. I'm hoping I can do a pace that'll get me there in about an hour and be there around 7:15, because it's fully dark at 8 and I really don't want to be setting up in the dark again. I know I'll be cooking in the dark, but at least I can get the tent set up before it gets dark. So very grateful for the opportunity to slack pack today. Very thankful that my feet are feeling better than they have. I had an ice pack last night that Tim at Harrison's gave me to use, and I think that really helped as well, get the swelling down. And I've also taken a lot of ibuprofen, but you know, that helps with inflammation and pain. So, but I haven't taken as much ibuprofen today, actually. So, doing well. All right, I am going to see you all in a little bit. Bye-bye. So guess what? I did make that 2.2 in an hour. Actually, I made it in less than an hour. I got to the car that had just pulled away, and Stan was there with my pack, and he's like, what the heck? He's like, I just got here. She just left. I was like, you know what? My feet are feeling pretty good. Not perfect, but pretty good. And I was able to bust those miles out. So yay. Good ending to a pretty good day. And now we're gonna camp on this little stream river thing here that feeds into the lake that I just walked by. This road walk here is part of the AT, so a little bit more miles actually than I had in my far out, because I had it going to that little parking spot where we just left. But the camping spots are up here a little bit further. So I will get there soon, I hope. So I didn't plan on walking this much farther. And we'll see y'all in a bit.